Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Queen's Wish. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today as we immediately teleport out of here so we can heal back at Fort Mist. And we don't really need to do anything, although we are carrying some stuff that I might want to get rid of. I'm not going to use that ring. That I might use, actually. The rest of the stuff doesn't matter much. I'm just going to leave it over there and deal with it when the time comes, if the time comes at all, which it very well might not. No, it will. It actually will, because we're pretty early in the game. Well, I say early. Yeah, probably about halfway done. Look at how green Ukat looks. Yeah, we're not there, obviously. We're going to Helovo, and I pronounce Helovo because LH is pronounced L in Portuguese, so I'm just gonna go with that. It's definitely not a Portuguese word. It doesn't sound like a Portuguese word. It doesn't mean anything. But yeah, I'm just gonna go with that. And off we go into the forest. There's people over here. People that don't say anything. There's also things down here, if I remember correctly. You have learned to be wary when traveling through this mad forest. That makes it hard to appreciate the beauty around you. The heart of the Ahriel woods is all orchards, farms, and copses of trees, sculptured over centuries to be beautiful and tranquil. Happy farmers grow bountiful crops, secure in the belief that their woods will keep them safe forever. In the distance to the south, you see a huge wooden fortress perched on the southern coast. Sort of undermines your point there, game, a little bit, that you say, you can see all the pretty things. All the pretty things. And then you describe all the pretty things. And it's like, well, I can see them. You're telling them to me. The remote farmhouse doubles as a workshop. Tools, rusty vats, and pots full of herbs are everywhere. The air smells of dirt and ozone. An old man in a worn leather jerkin sits by the fire. "Ah, the Ava Night," he motions you to join him. "Many visitors find their way here. I am Atonement, and they all come to me to get the finest goods. Ahriel goods." Finest goods, you say? The Ahriel are dedicated to perfecting life. Our lands, our homes, our food, our tools. We will not be satisfied until they are the best. Your defenses. Yes, our magical fortress is impenetrable. That is why we will always be free. Yeah, I suppose. What about your leaders? The blessed, you mean? He frowns and thinks about it. I don't want to talk about it. Wiser heads can speak on it. Well, I'm very impressed with what I've seen. You are wise. You know that even mighty Haven can learn from this. Maybe someday I will show you some of my stock. I will show some of my stock to you. Can I sell anything? I can, but unfortunately I just ditched all the things that I needed to sell, so it doesn't matter. I would like to trade. Tormund shakes his head. I hear gossip from High Lovo. They're worried about you. Until I get their approval, I can't sell to you, only buy. Sorry to disappoint you after your long journey. Don't worry, I wouldn't buy anything anyway. He nods. Fine, High Helovo is east. Try not to let the trees eat ya. I will try. Hello. Nobody? The Ahriel warriors in this region are puffed up with arrogance. That's not... Why would they be? Why would they... That is weird. That is really weird. That is weird. You know, wouldn't you be more arrogant when you're in a place where you can be arrogant toward anything at all? When you're among your own, you wouldn't be very arrogant, would you? I mean, in the sense that, you know, arrogance here probably is more related to self-importance. But anyway, wouldn't you be more self-important in a place that where you think that the other things are less important than you? And they're in High Lovo. Why would they be arrogant here? Anyway, they barely grant you a look as they breeze by you. Oh, that explains it. Ah, one of those rambles that isn't really a long ramble, at least. That immediately gets explained. It was arrogance to you. They puff up with arrogance. They're not puffed up. They puff up. You are close to Hailovo, to the center of power in the Ahriel Woods. It is here that all decisions of great import are made. It is a spectacular place, a fortress of polished hardwood, a loop of elegant curves grown over many generations. You can see merchants and blessed walking in and out, watched by guards with blades of glowing energy. It is lovely, yes, but also dangerous. The gate is wide open, waiting for you. Well, then I'm not going there. I need to explore. Who do you think I am? A person who doesn't know how to play role-playing games? I know very well. And you never go to places that you're supposed to go. You always go to the places that you're not. Where's the entrance? Is it over there? It is. It is over there. Okay. This is the place of Atonement. Oh, that's definitely a new place. As you explore this section of the woods, some Ahriel guards stop you.
Pardon, traveler. Did you know that you were close to the Palace of Atonement?
After you answer no, he says,
Please travel carefully. The palace is full of dangerous criminals. If any decided to leave, they might cause you a delay.
You thank them and for the warning and move on. Causing me a delay is indeed a terrible thing. So let's wow, that's bad. I wouldn't want that. Who would want that? Let's go there though. The Palace of Atonement. Sounds fancy. I bet it's not gonna be very palacey. You have found the Palace of Atonement, a gigantic Ahriel prison. Oh, that it isn't. I mean, maybe it is. Actually, you could have. I'm thinking if there are palaces that serve as prisons that I know of. I'm sure there are, but I just don't know of any. A gigantic Ahriel prison, like everything else Ahriel. It is weird. Oh, come on. It's not. Why? It's not weird. It's the way they do things. There is only one building, and it's not very big. But it is still a gigantic Ahriel prison. It looks out over a gigantic pit. Ah, there it is. Full of paths and brambles and old torn tents. The prisoners must be thrown down there, where they get to live an anarchic, unpleasant, frequently lethal existence. I suppose that is how that works. Hello. And we have stairs that go down. We always have stairs that go down. We have a person called Ferdig, and they're a blessed. A bored-blessed warrior of the Ahriel is sitting at the desk, feet kicked up, reading through a scroll. He regards your arrival with an unusual lack of surprise. Hello, Ava Night. I'm Ferdig. Welcome to the palace. Not sure what you're doing here. We usually only get prisoners. You can stand around if you want, though. What is this place? This is the Palace of Atonement. It is a... Period, ellipses. You call it a prison? I don't know what to call it. I like to call it... It's a palace. A lot of criminals in our lands get brought here and held here. They live in the pit below until they leave. They leave? Oh, there's a passage out. Of course, there has to be one... There has to be one of those. They leave through that. There has to be? Who? Of course. It's surprising that there has to be, but it is also surprising that apparently that is obvious. And I need to sneeze, which is bad. Sneeze is gone. They just walk out. Well, there are magical traps. They'll probably die unless someone important goes in to escort them out. Maybe sometime we should start keeping track of who leaves. Well, if they probably die, I suppose maybe it doesn't matter too much. I'm sorry, the sneezes are attacking me. Ferdig gets you a modest meal, and the beverage of your choice. You chat. Occasionally he goes to a window and looks out over the huge pit. It is really weird that this is a thing that is consistently... I mean, the structure of the dialogues is very... is uniform throughout the game, and that's a good thing. It's important to, create uniformity, and so you know what to expect. But it is a weird choice to get this sort of dialogue to show up whenever you go back to the main dialogue hub, as it were. because it's always like a little bit. It always feels weird. It always feels contrived and weird. It's like he's having in the anyway, and the tiny sentences. It's really weird. The game didn't start with the tiny sentences. I don't know. What is this place? This is the Palace of Atonement. It is. Oh, right. How do the prisoners enter? There's a stairway in the entry hall. They go down, grab a dagger and a shield, and go through the gates. Then they're in the pit. How do they survive? They usually don't. I mean, we throw food and stuff down into the pit every day. They fight over it. The stronger one lives, I think. We see a few people running around down there. The stronger one lives, which implies not the strongest one, but also not the strongest ones, and not the stronger ones. I don't even know what it implies, but it implies something. Who are the prisoners here? Criminals, of course. That doesn't answer any questions, really. Anything can be a crime. Literally anything can be a crime. It's just a matter of the Ahriel blessed saying that it is a crime. What sort of criminals? Murderers, traitors, again, another thing that can be anything. Those who bother the Watchers too much or who don't stop causing trouble. Is this the only way Ahriel are punished for crimes? Oh no, a lot of them are just disciplined or executed in their hometowns. Most of them, probably. How does a prisoner end up here? They insist on it, and they have to be able to travel here safely, and they have to pay the admission fee, and they probably want to take the bodyguards in with them, so wealthy people spending the money is better than execution. Oh, right, I misread that because of the tiny sentences. In this one, it isn't even a sentence, because it doesn't have a structure, but, yeah. So the wealthy get better treatment. Yeah, sure. I mean, yes, of course they do. That's the powerful get more treatment, and in a system where the wealthy are powerful, then that's how it works. That's not the point, though. The point is they prefer to come here than the other types of punishment, and a punishment that is apparently treated as obvious. So we're talking about punishment, obviously, in a previous sentence. But yeah, what kind of inhumane things do they do that is worse than this? I mean, apart from executions, it's already inhumane, but like there was other other things, other possibilities. Yes, people with lots of money get to buy better things. Is it any different in your land? I suspect not. Yes, thank you for the acute critique of my land. Thank you. It is wrong. It is indeed, but it's just I don't think it was written to be a critique or anything. It's just sort of uncomfortably that yes, you're sort of missing the point though. So could I enter the prison? He doesn't give you it a lot of thought. Sure, down the stairs and through the gates. Not sure if it's a wise idea, but anyone is allowed in. You won't be bothered. How do I get out? There's a path out at the far end of the pit. It will try to kill you, though. The path will, I mean, actually, that is probably the case. Because it's the Ahriel, so the path itself will try to kill me. You really want to interfere with me? Why would we? We have our rules. If you're dumb... Yeah, you have your rules. I don't know what your rules are, though, so that's a bit of a problem. If you're dumb enough to walk into that pit, you can. If you're strong enough to get out, you can. Suit yourself. Excuse me, I have to go get... ready for the food dump. Yes. Sure. We got some interesting things in here. Nothing amazing. Nothing mine, either. So, it is sort of, like, it is not poignant. Ooh, that's bad news. Oh, there it is. It's not poignant, but it is sort of keeping in the theme of the Ahriel. To talk about the rich and the poor, but it is unfortunately much like with the Vol, where it just makes no sense. This one is the place where apparently I've mentioned it before, and we've heard this before. The rich are poor because they have to spend all the money to buy the elixir to become blessed, and of course, it's only the blessed that have the elixir to sell, so they're very rich. And there's a sort of inherently circular thing there that either betrays an ill thought of setting, or if we don't want to assume that the setting is just ill thought of, we can assume that it betrays that the person who talked to us doesn't quite understand how it works. Or there's other explanations as well, and I've rambled about that in length. So it's still, the themes are there for this particular what's the word, for this particular country or whatever, vassal or whatnot. But it's just sort of a shame that the argument there was, or seems to have been, yes, isn't it like the rest of society? Yes, it is like the rest of society, but it also unfortunately missed the bigger issue there, which is that everything else is like the rich actually spend money to come here. There's so much competition to come here that there's spending of money to come here. That, let alone, that just serves to show what the other types of quote criminal justice unquote is around the Ariel. This is the entrance into the prison. When you enter, the gates promptly trap you inside. You wonder how much time you will be trapped in this pit full of maddened, starving prisoners. I did forget to bring, also, I didn't have, I did forget to bring food. An automatic mechanism kicks in. The gate behind you closes. The gate ahead opens. You are now an inmate of the Palace of Atonement. Oh, they're all red. Okay, well, I guess that's, well, the game also always gives us this thing, so they might talk before they attack us. You step out into the bottom of the pit. It is barren, dry, and hot. There are footprints and trash everywhere. So it isn't really barren, it's trash. You smell dust and rot. You see shadows move down the paths. Scouts saw you and instantly ran off. The prisoners know that fresh meat has arrived and they must decide how to deal with you. Well, it's pretty obvious how they will deal with me. There's a lot of them. This is potentially a bit of a problem. Haven's Might. Please. Okay. Stunned. That is okay. That is almost a kill. That is a kill. Ooh. A dodge. Unfortunately, you messed with the wrong spellcaster, or not spellcaster, but healer. Well, that's what that's what healers are. They're spellcasters, but still. This feels relatively safe. We have ourselves a silence at the back. Not a problem. Okay. Should have done. Hey, should have done the blessing with our healer. Mario was sent back, or sent to the back. Okay, it's pretty good. So you're not gonna do anything. You can get right here and do a healing wave. Is that a good idea? Sure. And then I press F. And hopefully we get 1 energy, although I doubt it. I did get 1 energy. Okay, that's not too bad. No more enemies? Okay, so we're wasting that... oh no, there's an enemy over there. There we go. Not wasting as much as I thought. We still have 3 turns, so that's not too shabby. We have... that one that took longer to kill looked a little bit tougher, didn't he? Yeah, these guys are tougher. Did what's your name? Terrence attack twice? I think so. Let's see. Send you over there. Switch and attack. And then send you over here. And do a bull rush. 15 damage. That is a shame. Mario evaded that. Evasion on their part as well. And then I'm gonna need to walk you up over there, and you're gonna switch in attack next turn. Not too shabby. It's not ideal, but it's fine. Aha! Aha! There we go. Oh no, there's more. That's fine. I still have some blesses and whatnot. That is perfectly fine, because the more there is, or the more there are, the, let's see, if I switch there, I can walk too. Oh, you need to walk for... Oh, no, that sucks. Oh, that sucks so much. Oh, my God. That is... I did not see the tiny dots scattered around the map, basically. That's what happened. That's what that ended up being, or meaning. I should have paid attention to that. Not that I would have been able to do anything different, but then Anna would be able to attack over there now. And she can't. Evidently. I'll just leave you there, because I think we're good. Anna can do a little bit of healing. I think we're going to get 1 energy. That is an attack right there. Okay. So everybody comes over here. Anna gets a healing, an actual healing. She's not particularly good at it, but because we get 1 energy, and only a single energy, that is basically a free heal. So it's important to pay attention to those things. I was talking... Oh. They have names. Burna. Also, they have green names, which is important, because that means they don't attack me. What do we have over here? A bed. There is a camp of Ukatish warriors in the clearing ahead. They watch you as you approach. They aren't hostile, though. In fact, they seem quite jovial. Their leader shouts... Yeah, it's... You can be... jovial doesn't mean that you're not hostile. And in fact, a jovial, hostile person is probably the worst kind of hostile. Come on in! Rest your feet! Don't insult us and you will be safe! That sounds like a threat. That is a threat, in fact. Because also it is pragmatically a threat because of the... how do I know I'm not insulting you? Maybe wearing whatever I'm wearing, pink or purple? Maybe that's an insult. I don't know. I don't know your ways. And there's a treasure back there. A treasure? Sure, that's what that is. You find a band of Ukatish warriors. They have set up a dirty, humble camp in this clearing. When they see that you aren't Ahriel, you get a warm reception from the leader. Haven, thought we had heard you were back. I'm Borna. Sorry we can't offer you hospitality. This pit is not fancy. Yes, you are Ukatish. We are. If you have anything to say about mud people or swamp folk, keep it to yourself. We don't have to tolerate it down here. Do you have to tolerate it anywhere? Because how did you get here? The Ahriel threw us in. We were caravan guards. We got to Mashidi, and then we were fighting. Tiny sentences. Why were you fighting? The Ahriel kept insulting us. Wherever we were, they'd call us mud people. Said we were mindless, violent. We won't take it from these forest weaklings. And they just threw you in here? Well, they said we had to stop fighting and apologize. Otherwise, it was a matter of justice for them or something. Wait, what? Where did you start fighting? There's gaps in this conversation. I mean, not literally. It's definitely in character, I suppose. But you should... so they called you names and you fought them. And then you're wondering why you got thrown into prison. Because... yeah. Is that all you'd have to do? You might not know it, but we Ukatish are proud. Oh, not another one. The Ahriel have to learn they can't insult us anymore. In this pit, we get to give this message to a lot of them. She pats the sword of her belt, and they all laugh. How can I get you out? Or how can I get out of here? She points to the north. The exit is up there. Watch out, it's trapped. Sure, I have another question. And it is possible, considering everything else in the game, that mud people and whatever. What was the other one? I forget the other one. it is possible that those are supposed to be analogs for racial insults, specifically because of the she keeps saying "we Ukatish," but rather also the fact that it's referring to people. So it is clearly in relation to them being Ukatish, but it isn't necessarily a racial insult, as is very obvious to tell, because well, first off, because there's no racial component here, the game doesn't talk about race, so immediately it isn't. So it just becomes an insult for the country. Like, I don't know, if you call the British person a fish and chips fanatic or something, or cultist. Let's just go with cultist because that sounds a little bit more insulting. You fish and chips cultist. And they're like, I'm going to fight you and get thrown into prison. Yeah, you can make your own conclusions off of that. However, if there were a history, and even without a racial component here, if there were a history of oppression between the Ukatish and the Agriel, which isn't even established at all, that they are different in terms of standing towards Haven, because apparently it's only the Vol that was the preferred vassal. Yeah, if there were a history of like fights or something, or like fights between the two countries, and one of the countries is sort of like genocided the other country. In this case, it would have to be the Ukatish, rather the Agriel genociding the Ukatish and stuff like that. Then that sort of insults might be built up within the game to be analogous, at least, to racial insults in real life. But I don't know if it is. I get that impression that it is, though, and it's wrong. It's not. It's not analogous because of the things that I just explained. How did you get here? The Agriel threw us in. Oh, yeah. That was the question that I asked. Do you want to escape? Not sure we're strong enough. Someday we'll team up with others and break out. Until then, being down here is a nice vacation. We get a lot of Agriel to teach lessons to. Do you need anything? Yes, but we will get it on our own. Beating the weak Agriel and taking what we need amuses us. Yes, I that's why you were jovial. I'll be going. All right, watch out for the Agriel. Sometimes they fight back when you hunt them. There's also no commentary about any of this from my Agriel companion. There it is. Yeah, Anna. She, of course, says nothing. It'd be good if she did. I mean, probably a little bit ambitious, from the game developers, but ambition is a good thing. Just, I wish this game was a little bit more ambitious, because it is sort of par for the course in regards to Jeff Vowell games. But, yeah, ambition is sort of lacking, unfortunately. But, yeah, that's going to be that for today, because time is also lacking. I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Queen's Wish. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.